what sort of a group of guys is it? Please, good people.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a theater place.
Good name for a bar. Usually, with my videotapes, I try to make them family-oriented, but, well, this is New York City, so you will see some adult-oriented themes. Not that much left to see. That's basically what it looks like. Probably some staircase I walked up 1,000 times. Probably some escalator I rode up. Either going sightseeing or handling some business or something. There you go. That was the World Trade Center.
another woman.
Well, before I met you, I was a funny fun. But your love made me a friend. Sorry, it's just such a good rendition. I got so inspired by it. Way to go, Kirsten.
Thank you. Go, Stu.
Go, Stewart. Go, Stewart. Hey, look at Britney Spears. Let's see how this works. Careful, Stu. Check 1, 2.
Yeah, you're gonna want to use that middle one, huh? And are you...
Check. I'm plugged into one of the outlets.
Okay, let's try this one.
Let's try that one. Well, happy out. Good evening to everybody. I'm Stewart Brodian. Came to you all the way from Pennsylvania, so hello, New York City. I feel under a little bit of pressure because there's somebody in the audience who would see me do another open stage earlier this evening, so I don't know if to do the same songs or greatest hits of that set or what, but oh, what the heck.
Do your best number, Stu.
My best number is 6, but...
So do it then.
All right. Here's a song of mine called Smoke Pump, The Crazy Car. Smoke Pump the Crazy Car was his name. He got up on the paper and he went insane. Smoke Pump the Crazy Car, crazier than he could be. Smoke Pump the Crazy Car, crazier than you and me. Woo! New Jersey the very next day. Billboards passing by, what did they say? They're passing by so fast, get out of his way. Smoke Pump the Crazy Car, crazier than he could be. Smoke Pump the Crazy Car, crazier than you and me. Woo! What's this magic? What's more? Crazy crazy car, crazier than you and me. Woo-hoo. I let him drive me, listen to you one eye. Will I what is now all that he says. I'm gonna yank a spark plug someday. Until that time, I guess he's just gonna play smoke up the crazy car, crazier than he can be. Smoke up the crazy car, crazier than you and me. Whoa. Thank you very much. I've been doing this music business for quite some time. Does anybody remember a television show called Up All Night with Gilbert Gottfried? Yeah! Oh, I was on the show.
No way!
Serious. This is a song I did on Gilbert Gottfried. Thinking of you and nothing at all to do, and I find I'm in a state of mind over you. And I find I got myself lots of time holding time, try not to lose my mind over you. Thinking of all the time we had, and we were sure glad. All we were thinking of, different kinds of love. All in time, I got myself lots of time, but I'm failing to find time. Well, care to step in line, will help me to find a different kind of love. But it's really luck, you know? Love. Great to be here at the Bag It In. I'm Stewart Brodian. Thank you, everybody. We're going to go up for all of you.
Thank you, Stu.
You're welcome. What? Yeah, I wrote that. Yeah, right. Because I suddenly turned to crap. All right. Thank you. It was up for last too.
Wow.
You must have brought the weather down with you, said the yokel, not without reason. I had been explaining to the man that there is no light in here.
There's no light.
See if I can fix that. Yeah, move the chair back. Refer to you, this is good. Hey, how's Norwegia this time of year? She's a Norwegian. Okay, you want me? Okay. Oh, great. Okay. Okay. You must have brought the weather down with you, said the yokel, not without reason. I had been explaining to the man that that when I was in New York, it had been raining. It was raining and had been for weeks. He informed me it had been sunny in the Atlanta area while New York was flooded. The conversation arose in the first because earlier As I spent the afternoon of my first full day in Georgia huddling under the awning of an imitation Greenwich Village cafe to escape the rain, whipped horizontal by a persistent wind, a newspaper had told me that Central Park was basking in what seemed the first break from foul weather since November. So perhaps I had indeed bo-peeped the weather down to Dixie, and could not deny the validity of the stranger's hypothesis. Seems so, I said cheerfully as I could, which is to say cheerlessly. Yep. The yokel, a worker at Chick-fil-A, contemplated the dreary strip mall parking lot, smoking a cigarette I had bummed him. Finally, he pronounced, "This here's Yankee weather." He smiled as a way of offsetting the epidural hostility of the remark, except I didn't know which was the more unsettling, the use in earnest of the epithet Yankee, or his imposing grin that pushed the fleshy mounds of his cheeks up to the corners of his eyes. Neither smacked of that famed Southern hospitality so touted and fabled. Such remarks and smiles were more on the order of that hospitality the Klan's forebears used to show carpetbaggers during the original Johnson administration. What I had not yet learned, but would come to know promptly, was that Southerners smell fear on a Northern man as clearly as steak and eggs on a fast food counter, and they find both positively delicious. It's funny. You can laugh. I know. Without this knowledge, I had no way to judge why the yokel should laugh so vigorously at his own comment. Not a warm laugh, but a hot laugh, a fevered laugh. I was struggling to keep my face emotionless as he finished off what seemed an interminably long stretch of guffaws, and blinked out a mirthful tear, which he declined to wipe away. "Well, I'll be seeing you," he predicted, stubbing out his cigarette as he began to walk across the parking lot, whistling, to his post on the Chick-fil-A islet at the heart of the shopping center's bay. If I'd stayed in town long enough, I probably would have encountered him again. Such was the way in recently soggy Merdenella, Georgia. I remained outside after his departure, chilled to the core in what would have been a seasonable leather jacket, were the right season in effect. As it was, my flimsy coat did little to counter a damp 40-degree afternoon. I was freezing outside, but mine was a minimal sacrifice to make, as it enabled me to stay out of the considerably chillier presence of my then-girlfriend, Jackie Crumholtz, who was chatting with an old acquaintance in an espresso bar called The Grind directly behind me. Though I had just finished one, with little else to do, I lit the penultimate cigarette in my pack, thereby instantly lowering my social status in the eyes of anyone watching. Smoking was more than frowned upon in Merdenella, more than déclassé. It was a very definite marker of a person's social status, as much as diction or dress. Smoking made you a cracker to the upper halves of the town, to the upper and lower halves of the town alike. Jackie had included this information as part of her general instructions regarding what was unacceptable behavior in her hometown, and most specifically in the presence of her parents. During the week preceding the vacation, so-called, she had briefed me on every socio-cultural aspect of her birthplace as if it were for a doctorate, or in preparation for a coming battle in which I was to play a tactically vital but extremely dangerous role. The anecdotes and analyses of her friends, former friends, past lovers, and family did little to discourage my anxiety from building. Did as little to discourage my anxiety from building as my jacket did to discourage the shivers that had begun to convulse my body. Though no sun was visible, nor had been throughout the day, whatever it was that had been giving scant illumination to the gray and brown landscape was beginning to give up.
I'll go on anyway. Good evening, everyone. First of all, I just want to, I'm going to do a little more storytelling tonight more than I'm going to do jokes. Because I just want to try a couple things. My family is from Nicaragua, and they came here in 1967. And it's hard enough coming to America, period. You know, with all the cultural exchange. But it's the 60s. It's 67. You know, and like my parents were these Catholic immigrants. You know, my father was a soldier in the National Guard. My mom was just like this nice, sweet little Catholic lady. And my dad came here and dropped all that Catholic shit completely. You know, got into drugs, fucked everything he possibly could. But my mom was just completely a good little Catholic. You know, just very well behaved, followed the program, did everything correctly. And what's sad is if you look at my parents now, you see how that turned out. My father is this very fit-looking man. People describe him as a Latino Sean Connery, right? And my poor mother is like completely beat to death in a wheelchair, like comatose most of her life. You know what I mean? So let that be a lesson for you. You know, drop all your religious bullshit, because if you're a scumbag and you do everything sleazy. Apparently, you're gonna live longer and look healthier. You know what I mean? Because my poor mom. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. That's exactly what my parents. I go like, I can do the right thing and be unhappy and end up in a wheelchair, or I can be my dad and look like a Latino Sean Connery. It is the weirdest thing. My mom will sit there. This is really bizarre with the echo, so I'm gonna drop them. Makes it creepier somehow. But I will go over to her house, and she'll just be in a comatose state all the time, except when she tells jokes about gays. It's the oddest thing, you know. Like she just will. Like, that's the only thing that gets her out of this coma state. She'll be like this. ¿Sabes qué? Los homosexuales son muy malos y no son cristianos y le gusta el culo. And it's the weirdest thing, you know, like she'll just start, you know, we'll be all eating dinner, mom's in the corner. ¿Sabes que los maricones son muy malos en San Francisco? And go back to like shit. And I'm like, okay, do you see why I'm not going to go down the Catholic route? You know, I don't want to end up just like, blah, 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 you know, telling like jokes about homosexuals. I'd rather do that now, I guess, if I'm going to do it at all. But I'm not going to. I love my family. My dad, just one of the, you know, here's the irony. Here's the thing that drives me. As a kid, did you guys ever like just sit there and plan the death of your parents? I mean, I'm not even talking about like, oh, I wish they'd be dead. I'm just talking about having charts and graphs and wondering if I'm going to have accomplices and saving up money for a getaway plan. I'm not kidding. I'm just going, these people that I mean, say, my dad being like the cause of all, because he just would drink. You know, people talk about their parents getting high. I wish my dad would get high. At least he might have calmed down and relaxed and not wail on us for like any reason. You know, like if he was smoking out, maybe, you know, he would have chilled out a little bit. But alcohol was his thing, you know. And oh man, I love this man, but I don't know why. I don't know. I turned 30 and I was like, all right, I just don't have that much hate anymore to hate this guy, make peace with him. He was just, first of all, any reason to leave the apartment naked, he would. You know, like if there's newspapers out on the lawn, he's going out there completely naked. You know, just like la-di-doo-doo, you know, things hanging out and picking up the newspaper. And like our neighbors are like, oh my God, it's Nicaraguan naked again. Why is that? You know, and yet he would get laid constantly, by the way. So maybe he had the right idea. Okay. Now, I'm gonna put a little focus on this. My dad came home one night. He had just committed a hit and run. Didn't kill anybody. But he just totaled his car and then just went home, because that's my dad's reasoning. Whatever, you know, get a car, go home. And so we get a call, we get a knock at the door like very early Sunday morning, and I'm the only one that's awake. So I go up to the door and there's this mountainous police cop in a motorcycle cop uniform, right? Says, we're looking for Bayardo Rocha. Do you know where he is? I'm like, oh my God, here we go. So I went over to the room, picked up knocked on my dad's door. Dad, cops. You know, and I went back to my room, and then of course he comes out naked, you know. It's just cops. Why do you have to put clothes on? It's just policemen, you know. And I hear him go out there and stuff, and then I'm watching him from my room, and it's the cop, and he punches him. Just punches out a cop, and he goes back to bed. And I'm sitting there, like, I'm in my room going like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do anything bad for about the next 10 years. You know what I mean? Because I don't want this guy who just punched out a cop to forever, like, be in charge of punishing me, right? Here's the thing. They cuffed him, put clothes on him, and then they cuffed him, and they put him in the back of the car, right? My dad's still fucking, I don't think he was, you know, I always thought it was just alcohol. I'm pretty sure it was a lot of drugs. Because he starts kicking the door of the police car, just, you know, you know, and I'm like, the cops are like, look at that guy, he's kicking the door, you know? And he's kicking it, and he starts kicking the door off its hinges, you know? And the cop's like, what? They're like, okay, send backup right now, please. This guy is, and at one point, he just kicked the door off a police car. You know, like what do you do? You know what I mean? Do you feel proud? Do you feel ashamed? Is it a mixture of both? You know, like yeah, that's cool. He kicked off a police car. But man, they're supposed to be protecting us. Holy shit! You know what I mean? And that's my dad. Anyone ever work with their dad? Anyone go to their dad's job? Or
Yes.
What did your father do?
He's an architect.
He's an okay, all right, architect. That's kind of cool. What about you back there?
One of the Lakers.
He was a what?
He owned the liquor store.
He owned a liquor store. That could be a really good story.
Fringe benefits.
Fringe benefits, absolutely. My dad was a contractor for slumlords. So basically he would do like repairs for slumlords. That was his thing, you know? And which you can kind of explain why he was an angry bastard, you know what I mean? Because he just had to do all this shit in slums and stuff. And he takes his chubby little boy to go work in a slum, you know? Wow, how neat is that? And, oh, it was the worst. I talk about slave labor, you know what I mean? Dad, what are you going to pay me? Well, okay, let's see, vamos. Your food, your rent, and he'd always pull that shit. Like, good, Dad, thanks, you fucking asshole. I wanted to call the Better Business Bureau on his ass, you know? But I was like 10, so I really didn't know they existed yet. And so one day, like, we're working in this horrific hotel just in San Francisco, just rats all over the place, and just disgusting. And my dad, we had to take out a pipe from the top of the roof. It was something like 10 stories, right? And so my dad we go into the basement, and he unhooks the pipe. Because what he's going to do is going to take the pipe. He's going to, by the way, my dad's arms are like Popeye arms, just an incredibly strong man. His plan was to take the pipe from the roof and just take it out and then drop it in the back lot, right? So he unloosens the pipe at the bottom, and then he asks me, Jose, come here, you're going to hold this. You know, and he makes me hold this pipe that is about like a good 400, 500 pounds of old, disgusting pipe, you know? I'm like, okay, Dad, whatever. You know, and I'm holding it, and he just leaves. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't hold this. There's no way I could possibly ever hold. No, it's not gonna. And of course, I hold on for as long as I can, and I'm sweating, kind of like now, and and I'm holding, and I'm going, I just can't. This is not gonna happen, and I let it go, and so it just starts falling and taking off chunks of each floor as it, like, you know, shakes, and I'm like, king, I can see like the dust and the sheetrock falling, and I'm like, oh wow, yeah, that's fucking great. This is not good, ha. And I'm thinking maybe I should run, but he knows where I live, so that really is not gonna work. So I have to like stay there as he comes down, and you know, I even look up there and I can see him, and he's like, you know, just like. You know, and even though I can't hear him, I know he's about as angry as he's ever been, you know, because he's like waving. It's like semaphore all of a sudden. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to stay here and wait for him to walk down 10 stories as he gets angrier, you know, like, oh, damn it, you know, I'm like, oh, okay, well, whatever, I'll wait, you know, and so I'm like, just waiting there, going, oh, okay, fucking, terrified, absolutely terrified. You know, I just like, oh, that's been about 5 minutes, great, right, excellent. I wonder if the elevator's giving him trouble. You know, that'd be great, just to be more angry. You know, and I'm like, okay. And then I finally hear him getting near. I'm like, okay, just be strong. You know, be strong. And he comes in, he's like, let's go to lunch.
It's a habit, let me tell you, it's a habit.
I still love my hello, good morning, it's like butter. I still love my
Well, I remember, you know,
Who never thought the day would come when Howard Stern would make Kenny Rogers?
Hello, everybody. And this is a great morning, I'll tell you. When you can see Kenny and Howard together, what a picture.
Howie, we need to dress I made history. I don't have to. I like it.
Do I need dress?
At least I get it for free.
She certainly needs something, I don't know what. Oh, man. Hey, look, it's Miss Congeniality with the president. I love it. Look, Bushy's name, Gilligan. Gilligan? It's Ozzy. It's Miss
Oh, boots. Oh, okay. Boots bed, have your boots been under? Boots bed, have your boots been under? And whose heart did you steal? I wonder. This time did it feel like thunder, baby? Whose bed? I won't venture in. The white dress gets no one needs to know right now. I'll tell them someday, somehow, somehow, somehow,
Don't worry, I'm not singing. So it's a thrill to be out of the house. How do you like all those perfect bodies out here tonight, huh? Gee, I got more fat in my teeth after roast beef. Yeah. And people here are rude to...
For your pickles, yes, groovy, okay. Please welcome to the stage. This band is amazing, because I love Tom Jones. John Tronco as Tom Jones, baby, yeah!
Good evening, ladies, and thank you, gentlemen, for bringing them to me. It's not unusual to be loved by no one. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. But if you ever want to be loved by anyone, it's not unusual to happen every day. No matter what they say, you just leave it all to me. I'll show you what it's all about. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to be my world. There's no particular sign I'm more compatible with. I just want your extra time and your yes. Oh, women and girls rule my world. I said they rule my world. At your age, not your price size, maybe we can do the world. You don't have to watch the Sopranos. Have an attitude. You just leave it all.
Too much
Is it on?
I hope so. Yeah, it is.
Okay, cool. So have you met Howard yet?
Yes, I've met Howard. I've been on the show twice.
Yeah.
First time I was
I
on.
like Brittany. Yeah, have the Britneys come on.
I take it, but I don't think you'd like me to do.
Oh, you're right.
Then again, knowing Brittany, she wouldn't care if she was on. She'd come to the ready. Oh well. What? Thank you.
You know what, Samara is really simply the best.
Janet Jackson,
Hi guys.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hello.
Is my nose falling off yet? No. I know, that's not decided. It's just like,
She had to buy a nose like this. I got it naturally.
I know, damn you. But it saved me $2,000. Oh my God. I already got the guy, but you know. You got a baby doll. You have the other one? Oh, I'm sorry, sweet.
That's good. Just get a little action myself. Why not?
You know, and then it starts out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. First we're done. Thank you, Robert. Robert De Niro. Thank you, sir.
Hey, what's going on?
Just hanging out, having fun.
As you should.
There you go. You guys from New York. You know Robert De Niro and Howard Stern. Why not?
We are the embellishment, the embodiment of New York City. You know, he's good. I've seen him on stage. He's very good. He's got a gift.
He's even better.
God bless you, my friend. Cheat into the camera, my friend. He's good.
All right. Well.
How you doing?
Da 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 da. Ozzy! Excellent.
Up. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Here is the telephone.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. You look great. Yeah.
Howard Stern here, I mean.
Howie!
Hey now.
We'll get Tom to take one of those. How's that? Do that? All right.
Johnny Cash and King of Rock and I'm sorry to catch the whole show on tape myself. It was phenomenal. We got Shakira, we got Shania Twain.
Howard's just a little bit too stern.
Feeling very stern at the moment. Yeah. Hey now.
I read it the best.
It was outstanding.
It was outstanding.
Okay.
Excuse me? All right, see you next time.
Chevy, Corvair, Mercedes, 1938, Rolls Royce, Mercury, Cadillac. Some of these vehicles, as you can see, are owned by private owners and are here on consignment. Toys, foreign, domestic. Why not? An Edsel. Ford, a race car, 1957 Maserati, Ford Thunderbird, 1926 McFarlane. Beautifully restored. Lincoln Continental from 1956. Antique jukeboxes. Ooh, this is a lovely car. A 1934 Duesenberg. '34 Bentley. I'll get to this one in a minute. 1907 Franklin. This is what cars looked like in 1907. That was your dashboard. This nice looking Rolls Royce was ordered by the religious cult leader Bhagwan Sri Ranjesh, reputed cost of $1.6 million, self-proclaimed guru to the rich. '37 Worthington countertop model. This thing's placed 78. This Cadillac was used by Marilyn Monroe in the movie Misfits. The Grand Salon. My gosh, look at this thing. 1930 Duesenberg. The Rolls Royce from about the same era, 1947. A Bugatti, of course. Here it is. This is the kind of car you only read about. You ever seen one like this? You don't see one like this. And you never ever will see one like this on the road. This is a 1933 Pierce Arrow Silver Arrow. One of only 3 that survived. I think there are about 5 of them made, or 10 of them. 1933 Pierce Silver Arrow. One of only 3 in existence. 48 Cadillac. $500,000. What is the price on the Pierce Arrow? $1,450,000. This is $1 million car. I'm being photographed with a $1 million automobile. 1930 Rolls Royce. This is not even for sale. This is for display. Porsche. H-O-R-C-H. $250,000 for this car. Another Duesenberg from 1934.
Price 1,100,000.
How many do you want?
Oh, at least 10. What do you mean? Really?
Somebody buy one for the lady, huh? God. Boy, some hot rod. Victor Rolls Royce. Streamline. That was extremely advanced for that year. 5 Rolls Royce. $1930 Duesenberg. I mean, you had money if you had one of these things. Even today, of course, but back then, you had something like this. You had money. 1939 Lancia Astera, I can't pronounce the last word, it's convertible. Originally purchased by the Italian Ministry of the Interior in Rome and was used by Benito Mussolini during his reign as Prime Minister of Italy, and this thing is sold. Italian flags. You can always hear the guys screaming about fascism from this thing. This is the model USS Arizona, a ship that was still sitting in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. This is cute. A little Z-scale model train set. They have models here. Crystals and more models for sale. $100 years of Harley Davidson. Franklin Mint items, models of people and cars and ornaments and a sword. Ooh. 1934 Packard. This is only for display. Here's something like what I used to own. It's an Oldsmobile. Well, take a look at all these things here. There's 1927 Ford Track T hot rod.
Appreciation.
1954 Pontiac.
Well, don't split off.
Products from different countries all around. No discrimination here. There you go. Classic VW van. 58 Pontiac Bonneville. Chevrolet Corvair. 73 Cadillac. Beautiful. Beautiful condition. 1960 Corvair. Based on one of these. That's mine isn't as pretty as this one. 63 Bentley. Display only. And this is a 1912 Minard. This is for display only, not for sale. Fine collection of antique jukeboxes. This Mercedes was built for the president of Guatemala. And a classic 1959 Cadillac. This 1976 Stutz. Yes, 1976. Garage stored. It's one of those mid-60s several revival cars. Stutz, Duesenberg. Never took, unfortunately. '88 bulletproof Mercedes. Imelda Marcos gave this car to her husband, the late dictator Ferdinand Marcos. It was used by him in Hawaii until his death in 1989. Bulletproof plate doors, glass. $45,000 for a bulletproof Mercedes. Considering the price of a new one, I'd say pretty cheap. I'll take it. There you go, race fans. $35,000, one of four built for the official Indy pace car for 1985 by Oldsmobile. Strapped in? Good. Some engine. Crank for 1924, a Renault, 1922 Renault, France. Antique motorcycles, or mopeds. Those are motorbikes. Maybach, it's German, I think. 1938 Maybach. Wilhelm Maybach, yeah, Germany. Left the Daimler, Wilhelm Maybach left the Daimler company in 1907. Daimler, Chrysler, Daimler Benz, excuse me. But everything in the museum is for sale. There's Chevy 57 DeSoto. And 61 Buick. 69 Cadillac convertible.
Not buying at an auction can be a lot more work, because the collector, not the auction house, has to search out the cars.
reprint newspapers. Or some of these original. Collect the metal signs. One from Las Vegas. Antique Victorias.